Today I am going to solve activity 3.7 of your book. In question number 1, you have been asked to name the two types of memories used in mobile phones. For each named memory, describe its purpose in the mobile phone. As you know that the two main types of memories in any device are RAM and the hard disk. I have been asked to tell about the features of RAM also. As you can see, these are the features of the RAM that the contents can be written to and read from a RAM, and these can be changed also, and used to store data and application that is currently in use. And when the user stops working that device at that time, the contents of the RAM will be erased. So it is volatile, the contents will be erased after the use of RAM. So I have written this answer over here, features of RAM. I have taken the answer from your book. Second thing which is very important inside the mobile is your SSD. SSD is the latest type of hard disk in which the data can be accessed really quickly. I have taken the features of SSD from here, from this paragraph. That the old hard disks, which were round in shapes, were had the problem of latency, that they used to take time to search for any data. But now the SSDs remove this issue, and they, because they have no moving parts, the data can be accessed quickly, and they do not rely on magnetic properties. Instead they use NAND and NOR chips, and data is stored in the form of zeros and ones, and it has millions of tiny small transistors for storing the data. And this effectively produces a non-volatile rewritable. So this is the answer. I have taken this answer, and but I have broken the paragraph into bullet points, so that your points would be clear to the examiner. That it has no moving parts, and it has NAND and NOR gates. It comprises of transistors, and which have floating and control gates, and it produces non-volatile rewritable memory. The question of virtual memory. This is the paragraph which has told that the contents of RAM, that previously program 0 was being mapped to the first location, program 1 to the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. But now a new program, this fifth program, is not getting a space over here. So what the computer has done, for the sake of this fifth program, the computer has brought the first program to the hard disk, because it is not currently in use. The previous three programs are shifted one place um, upward, and this space which is being made for the latest program, this is the space which is made for the latest program. In this space, the fourth program has been brought over here. This is the fourth program. This is brought over here for the latest space. This is the map for this is the map of these devices, these programs, that where they are located now in the RAM. So for now, in part A, you have been asked to tell about virtual memory. I have taken the first paragraph, in which you have been told that in your hard disk, that is your physical memory, some space is taken on the behalf of the RAM, which is not the actual RAM. It is just one swap space, exchange space on your computer. See this. I have taken the first paragraph as the answer. In question number 2, you have been told that there are programs that have been allocated some space on the RAM. You can see that first program is taking 10 GB of RAM, and this is the second program, which is taking 5 GB RAM. Then third program is using 12 GB, Then fourth is using taking 4 GB RAM. The programs are at the stage where now program 5 needs access to RAM, but it is not getting any space inside the RAM because the RAM is full, which the maximum storage capacity of RAM was only 32 GB. Now you have been asked to tell how virtual memory could be used to allow program 5 to get access. So we will, as you know, that I have just explained that these are the this is the concept. I have taken these 2 points, that the latest program will be given space inside in the RAM. So as you can see this over here, that I have written the same points of the book, and I have mentioned the same diagram of the book. Now comes question 3, which is related to matching. The first part says, tell about the storage environment where the client and the remote storage provider are different companies. This is called public cloud because when you are saving something on your own computer, it will consume some part of your hard disk. But if you are using some storage service like Google Drive, high rate of hard disk, HDD hard disk, read and write operations causing large amount of head movements. This is known as thrashing. You can see this over here, that in the process of taking space for the RAM on the hard disk, that the computer becomes so busy, and this is known as disk thrashing. The third part says that the space on hard disk or SSD reserved for data use in virtual memory management. That space is known as swap space, which basically means exchanging the programs. The latest program will go to the RAM and the oldest program will come to the hard disk. A situation where our hard disk is so busy doing read and write operations that the execution of a process is halted. That in order to create more and more swap space on the hard disk, the computer has a process has halted, it has stopped. That point is known as thrash point. The method of data storage where the data is stored on hundreds on of off-site servers. And so this is cloud storage like Google Drive, like iCloud, etc.